Always think of you when spring comes, like it's something in the air at that time.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. We're going to be in Joel and Dahlia's household, and it's going to be a pretty fun part. For the first part of it, we just have them kind of up and around getting ready for the day. Dahlia does have a gig today, and I'm actually going to go and, do the makeover for her, with her, whatever. So I haven't done that in a while, and I thought I would show it off here in this part.
Oh, Nea.
But yeah, she has a gig at the Greer household, and it's going to be a living room area. And then Joel also has to go to work, and then Ash, of course, has to go to school. So he's getting a little bit of breakfast. I think it's a Rice Krispie treat, which isn't the best breakfast, but he's getting that. And then he's also going to spend some time with Jax this morning. They're definitely the best of friends, and they always are together anytime Ash is home. And he tries to say bye to Jax before he goes to school. And then he tries to say hi to him right when he gets home.
Brinka. Weevil.
But the next day I do plan to have a little sleepover for Ash. So I've got two friends for him. It is his friend Caden and his other friend Zane that he's kind of met from the daycare. So yeah, it's going to be a Friday night at 5 p.m. They'll come over and they'll just have a nice little sleepover. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm also trying to get Ash's grades up because he is a C student and I know he can do better. So he's going to be trying to work on his grades in this part. It has been a while since I've played The Sims because I've been extra busy lately. And that's kind of also another reason why I haven't been able to upload as regularly as I would like to. I have been, still working to get my teaching license. Some of you know that, some of you probably don't, but I am working and going back to school to get my teaching license. So I'm finally at the part where I've got most of my classes done, pretty much all of them, but now I'm like having experience in a classroom. So that has really been taking up a lot of my time lately. And also I just get very tired from, being at school all day and being around a bunch of kids. So yeah, it's just been a lot, but it's been so much fun as well. Like I've had a lot of fun experiencing it, but I did want to let you guys know that if you're curious about why I haven't been uploading as often as I really would like to be. But at school I did have Ash go ahead and copy homework because he didn't get his homework done and I really wanted him to get that done. So I hate that he's copying someone else's homework, but at least he can get it done, I guess. And then we head off to the gig with Dahlia, and it's this really big home in Windenburg. So I just kind of go through the normal routine of, interacting with the clients and getting to know them a little bit better. They didn't have any dislikes, which was interesting, but we focused on the farmhouse decor, the modern decor, which I always appreciate that, and then the color red as well. They also liked video games twice, so I definitely made sure to have a little video game station in there.
Always think of you when spring comes, like it's something in the air at that time. Don't know why. Always dream of you when spring comes. It's like the heat on my skin takes me back to the time met you on a Friday, halfway out at the door of the club, playing soul on the weekends. Stayed in bed till Wednesday. Fell in love with you right there and then. I was young, couldn't see that. but I told you I'll do it all over again. At your place or a spring break, a heartache, I'll do it all over again. Do it all over again. Tell me a lie, and I tell you too. Say that I'm happy for the two of you. You wanna be friends, but I don't think I can. But I wanna be happy, happy
So I'm pretty happy with how the makeover turned out. There is no lighting in the house for some reason. I'm not sure why. Maybe they haven't paid the bills. I don't know. But I did take some pictures, and unfortunately I think it would look better if there was some lighting. But I think it turned out pretty alright. I tried to keep it kind of dark because I feel like a lot of the rest of the house was a little bit darker. And I also like updated their fireplace because I think they needed a nicer fireplace. And in a little bit I have Dahlia actually light a fire just so they have a little bit more light. And also I feel like it gives it like a homey touch. And she did have a candle in her inventory, so I went ahead and put that down as well to add a little bit more light. And I remember in the beginning of this Let's Play, I was trying to, add candles to each of the homes that she made. But I think I've kind of fallen off track with that, so I thought it was nice to bring that back. Yeah, so Dahlia starts asking for their verdicts, and I think 2 of them really loved it. They did the whole hug and like swoon over the new place, and then one of them wasn't too excited about it. But overall, I think we did pretty good. I think it was nice for Dahlia to get back out there and do a gig. Most of the time I just send her off on her own to do her own thing, but it was fun to kind of tag along with her. But we get back home and Dahlia's just kind of doing her normal household duties, and then Ash gets home and he's hanging out with Jax again. It just makes me so happy to see how close they are, and he just really loves his dog. But I've also been working on Dahlia's wellness aspiration, so she is doing a little bit of yoga in the morning, or here when she got home, and just kind of doing some tidying around the house since she loves to keep a nice clean home. And Ash was in a pretty bad mood. I mean, he was just hungry, but I kind of got the idea that maybe he had a hard day. He is trying to get his grades up, and I know, his parents have been really on to him lately about that, so they didn't come up any higher. He's still a C student, so he might be a little bit bummed about that. But him and Jax did become companions, which I was so happy to see. And then he comes and does some of his homework on the little tables back here. He's really trying to get his grade up. I think Dahlia probably told him, if you can get a B, then you can have a sleepover on Friday. So I think he's really trying hard to get that. But then a little bit later, Dahlia comes over to cook some dinner. I just have her make a chicken stir fry. I think that's kind of an easy thing to make after like a long day. So she's gonna make that. And I love their little layout here in the kitchen and like dining area because they can kind of talk to each other. So it's so cute that he can do his homework and Dahlia can be right there and they can chat together. I just think it's really sweet. And Dahlia wanted to get a meditation stool for one of her wishes, so I went ahead and did that. I thought that was a great idea since she's really working on her wellness. I do try to use the wishes pretty often to kind of guide how I play. I use a lot of different things, but that is one thing I like to kind of check out. And a little bit later, she tries out her meditation stool, so that's awesome. She has been very energized and really into yoga, meditating, and also she wants to do like little dance workout videos sometimes. So I think she's really been into like getting into fitness and wellness and all of that. But Joel comes home, he's really tense, so I think he wants to come up and kind of relieve some of his stress by talking to Dahlia and tell her about his day and just like be around her. She makes him really happy, so I think that's why he came up to kind of see her. So yeah, they're just chatting a little bit and reuniting after, you know, each of their work days. They might be one of my favorite couples in my legacy, and that's hard to say because I have so many that I love and so many Sims that I love, but something about them, they just make me so happy.
Ruthe, Galarga, Snoochie, Gungane, Shupaza Essenoi, Frimp.
And then a little bit later, I have Ash come over and say hi to his dad because they're very close as well, so he's going to kind of talk to him about his day and maybe a funny story from school or something. I just think it's sweet for him to kind of like catch up with his dad before he heads to bed. It is pretty late, but I think it'll be okay. And then after Ash heads to bed, I have Joel and Dahlia just woohoo so they can, you know, go to sleep together.
Hey.
So the next day, Dahlia is going to be home for the day. I think Joel also stays home. But Dahlia, you know, she does have her gigs, but leading up to the gig, she has a lot of time at home to work from home. And she writes articles, and also she probably has to get to know the client like online first. I also get the idea that maybe she has her own blog, so she shows all her designs through that, or, you know, has something where people can kind of see what she's into lately, like different designs and different styles that she's into and all that. So on the days she works from home, I like her to have some coffee because I know coffee really makes me get more motivated for whatever I'm trying to do. So I did buy this little like stall outside her home since they have this area by their house that kind of is open for like different things. I decided to put it there. They sell a lot of like different teas and coffee, so I thought that was nice for her. She got some just regular coffee today. Yeah, so she came up with her coffee and I just sat it beside her. She was already done with it, but I like to have it there by her side. And she worked on an article in her little office. I also was looking at the pictures on her wall and she has none of Ash, which kind of makes me sad. I hope we can get some more for her. And then Joel also had the day off, so he was going to be downstairs working on some drinks, maybe making up some new recipes for his bar. I love how they both have their own spaces to kind of work for their, you know, different careers. I think that's really cool. But then later, Dahlia wanted to make a coconut carob cake, I think they are. And so I had her come down and make that. They are going to have the sleepover tonight, so I thought maybe she wanted to make it for the little boys that come over and they could kind of have.
Shabedaza, Oba. Oh. Ah.
So.
So it's a little bit later. Ash gets home from school and Joel orders a pizza for the boys. It's about 2 hours until the sleepover, but I went ahead and ordered it just in case it didn't come in time. Or sometimes they don't deliver it, so I just wanted to get that out of the way. But they got a Canadian bacon pizza, and Ash is really excited to have his friends over. Dahlia is such a neat freak that I feel like her having a sleepover is kind of a big deal. So yeah, she might have been a little bit extra stressed about having more kids over just because she's only used to one and she doesn't really like to have a lot of messes in the house. especially with boys, they might be a little extra messy. So I think maybe she was a little extra stressed, and that's why she was also doing a lot of these wellness and like meditating practices. But the guests eventually arrive, Caden arrives, and then unfortunately Zane didn't actually show up, so I just invited him over. He's not going to stay for the whole like night, but I kind of get the idea that like his mom was like, well, he can come over, but he's not going to be able to spend the night. Like we don't want him to spend the night over there. So anyway, the parents are going to come pick him up pretty late. Also with this event, there's little interactions you can do, and one of them is like make sleepover plans or something, and it's really cute. But yeah, they're just having their pizza, and then they go upstairs to his bedroom to watch a movie. I am trying to get Ash to become best friends with Caden because he has the social aspiration and I want him to complete that aspiration part. So yeah, they're gonna hopefully become best friends in this part. They're just all kind of chatting here. I think they start maybe playing video games a little bit later. I really hope someday we get real sleepovers in The Sims 4. Like, I would love if they had a pack that just added like maybe 5 to 10 social events in the game. Like, I would definitely miss the sleepovers and like team parties, and yeah, prom of course. So I just miss all those little family events, and I hope we get something like that soon. I'm kind of stalling on aging up the kids in my legacy because if we do get a pack like that, like I would love to explore some of that with them. So that's also another reason why it's taking a while longer for like me to age up everyone. But here it looks like Caden and Ash became best friends, so he completed that part of the aspiration, and they got a little sentiment. It was so cute. But then later, like, Ash goes to bed, Joel goes to bed, and then there's a fire. It was actually Dahlia's incense, so I kept having her go up and smell it because I was trying to get that last part of the aspiration done. And then a fire totally happened, and it was so bad. Especially with the sleepover, like, that's so terrible. The kid is over at their house, and the funniest part is that she literally completed her aspiration for inner peace while there was like this raging fire in her office. So that just made me laugh. But they all run outside, they're all panicking. I finally get the fire department to come over. It was kind of glitched because I think it was just hard to get to the fire. But she has this new trait where she has a moment of clarity. So after the fire, she has her moment of clarity, and it was cracking me up. But yeah, luckily the fire got put out and everything was okay. But it's just so funny that happened during the sleepover, and Dahlia was like reaching inner peace whenever it was happening. But anyway, that is going to do it for this part. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun. I hope I can start putting out more videos. It might be another week before I can really get more videos out more regularly, but I really am trying to make that a priority. Thank you guys so much for being here and watching this, and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye!